We have new details about Avengers Doomsday, this time specifically focusing on Sentry. We had heard not too long ago that Sentry was going to play a very interesting role in Avengers Doomsday. And a lot of theories got put out there, like Doom is actually going to kill Sentry in the very beginning of the film to show us how strong Dr. Doom actually is. Obviously, Sentry, when he is in control and not the Void, and he has access to all of his powers, is pretty much invincible. We saw what he did to the Thunderbolts in the Watchtower, so if Dr. Doom killed him very easily, it would show how strong Dr. Doom is. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. In fact, it kind of seems like Marvel is leading to Sentry maybe taking the role of Molecule Man, or maybe the Beyonders in Avengers Doomsday. One thing we do know is that Sentry is going to play a very important role in Avengers Doomsday, and according to this new insider report, early Avengers Doomsday story details tell us that Sentry, Doom, and Thor are the most important characters in Avengers Doomsday. According to insider James Mack, Sentry's past, particularly his relationship with his mother, Annie Reynolds, will be explored through emotional flashbacks. He also plays a key role in Dr. Doom's plan, which becomes central to the film's main conflict. So it definitely seems like Doom is going to manipulate Sentry and use him against the Avengers, but in a recent interview with Men's Health, Lewis Pullman, who plays Sentry, talked about his return in Avengers Doomsday, and it seems like he actually revealed quite a bit of information, stating that he could either be useful or dangerous to the heroes. And based on what he said, and based off of this insider report, it sounds like he's going to be pretty dangerous to our heroes, but very useful to Doom. Here's what he said in the interview. The Thunderbolts don't want to let him out of their sight because they realize that if he's caught in the wrong hands, or if he's not being supported enough by the right people, he might be dangerous. But they also want to keep him close in case they can figure out a way to use him. He's a very good asset. It's a hard situation they're in. With all the other characters that are going to be in Avengers Doomsday, there will be so many opportunities to figure out how each might come into play, and how Bob might come into play with any of them. So basically, what Lewis Pullman said about his character Sentry in this video is nothing but a giant warning. If he gets caught in the wrong hands and somebody figures out how to actually use him, how to use his powers, that's going to be deadly. And that person is seemingly going to be Dr. Doom. And it's pretty easy to see how Dr. Doom could find the Sentry very useful to him, especially because Dr. Doom, at least in the comics and hopefully in the MCU, is one of the most powerful sorcerers there is. So if they're going to stick with that in the MCU, which I really hope they do, his sorcery could be how he controls Sentry. Whether that's controlling Sentry himself or the Void, which is probably even more powerful, with a combination of his sorcery and his tech, because that's also a big thing about Dr. Doom, his tech that he uses, you could see how easily Dr. Doom could control Sentry or the Void. And one thing that we've heard is that Dr. Doom is going to take Franklin Richards, the son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, because he is a part of his plan as well. But another big part of what we've heard about the plot for Avengers Doomsday, which we'll get into in just a bit, is that there's also going to be a big battle on Earth happening while a separate Avengers team is actually fighting Doom in the TVA or on another universe. So perhaps Doom is using Sentry to keep some of the heroes on Earth at bay, while he himself is fighting the Avengers at the TVA or in a different universe, perhaps the X-Men universe. And like I said, I do think he could possibly use him as Molecule Man. We'll dive into more details about that. But first, thank you to Hule for not only sponsoring this video, but for giving me a product that I literally use every day in my life. Hule is a fast, nutritious, and complete meal designed by expert nutritionists as a convenient way to get all the daily nutrients that you need. It comes in a powder that you can mix with water or ready-to-go drinks, making being healthy super convenient. I personally consume the Black Edition powder every day because I don't eat that great, but the Black Edition gives me all the vitamins and minerals that I need in my diet. It contains vitamin C to support the immune system. It has the right amount of protein, essential fats, carbohydrates, fiber, vitamins and minerals as a part of a balanced diet. It has vitamin B12 to reduce tiredness and fatigue. And it's a great source of calcium, which is great for your gut, and the meal is ready in literal seconds. It's also super affordable, with it being only $2.65 per meal. And the great part is, you can try Hule with 15% off today using my code COSMIC15 at hule.com/COSMIC15. or you can scan the QR code that you see on the screen here. I personally would recommend the Black Edition powder as it is packed with protein and literally gives you everything you need in one meal. So scan that QR code and use my code COSMIC15 or head to the link in the description down below, hule.com/COSMIC15. Now, this insider James Mack has given us some other details about Avengers Doomsday in the past, and here's a basic summary of what he has said before. In Doomsday, Shuri is the one who discovers on Earth that the multiversal incursions threatening Earth 616 are happening. She warns Sam Wilson, Wong, Banner, and Carol Danvers using a hologram, leading to a larger meeting in Wakanda. Meanwhile, the Fantastic Four arrive, revealing Dr. Doom has kidnapped Franklin Richards, their son, and is in a parallel universe, along with Galactus's involvement, which is something that we haven't actually heard before. But does make sense because we've heard from multiple insiders that Dr. Doom would essentially have his own team and his own followers. In the comics, his followers were the Black Swans, and it's very interesting because we've actually just heard very recently this week that we could see the Black Swans show up in Avengers Doomsday. The Black Swans were essentially a religious all-female order who served Rabam Alal, who was actually Dr. Doom. Many people throughout the multiverse thought that Rabam Alal, or Dr. Doom, was trying to destroy the multiverse when in fact it was the opposite. He was trying to save it. And we have heard that Dr. Doom does consider himself the hero in this movie, so perhaps he is also trying to save the multiverse in Avengers Doomsday. Doing so, you could see how he would get people behind him and how he would go for very strong people and beings and entities to get behind him, or for him to simply control and use. So him getting Galactus involved and using him along with Sentry, that makes sense, and honestly, it seems like something that Dr. Doom would do. But it continues and states, Shuri detects Monica Rambeau trapped in the colliding universe. Reed confirms Doom and Franklin are there too. A mission forms with 3 goals: stop the incursion, rescue Monica, and save Franklin from Doom. America Chavez opens the portal. Sam Wilson leads the Avengers alongside the Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Wakandans, Namor, and others. The conflict is between Earth 616 and the X-Men's universe, with a deeper plot involving Doom, the TVA, and Loki. While the main heroes enter the alternate world, others stay behind to defend Earth 616 from an unknown invasion. So this part right here, the unknown invasion, I believe could be Dr. Doom sending a combination of Doombots and his followers to this universe. And the conflict between Earth 616 and the X-Men's universe, well, hopefully that's the Avengers versus X-Men scene that we've been hearing about. Because I really think that scene would be cool, and it would honestly be a shame if they didn't at least give us a few minutes of the Avengers versus the X-Men, especially since we've heard before in the past that Dr. Doom is the one who attacks the X-Mansion. So after Dr. Doom attacks with the Sentinels, based on what we've heard, it seems like the Avengers are going to show up after the attack. And since they just got attacked, the X-Men will most likely view the Avengers as hostile as well, and probably won't give them a very warm greeting. I think the reason they probably stop fighting each other is specifically because of Monica Rambeau. Monica Rambeau is clearly there with the X-Men based on the post-credit scene of the Marvels, so once they start fighting, Monica will obviously recognize Captain Marvel, the Avengers, everybody else from her world, and kind of be the one to be like, wait, stop, the Avengers are good people, also the X-Men are good, they've been taking care of me, stop fighting each other, nobody's on Doom's side, we're all on the same side. So we'll probably get that conflict at first, but Monica's gonna be the reason that everybody kind of comes together and realizes that both teams are good. Meanwhile though, I really do hope Dr. Doom has a really cool team behind him, whether he's controlling them or they believe in what he's doing. It sounds like he will have a pretty awesome team. If he does have Galactus in his plan, if he controls Sentry somehow, if there's a Captain Hydra out there, which we've heard might possibly happen, and maybe the Scarlet Witch if he uses Franklin Richards to revive her, which is another leak that we've heard. It's all sounding like it's gonna come together pretty well and in a really epic way if we get all of this happening in Avengers Doomsday. But go ahead, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Does this sound like a good plot to you? Or would you like to see it play out differently? Let us know in the comments down below, and please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel news, rumors, or leaks. You can also find us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.